Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be making my June bullet journal theme. I took some requests on my Instagram story to decide my June theme, and I actually had a couple of requests for summer camp, so that is what we're going to do for June. In all honesty, I've actually never been to summer camp before, at least in the traditional sense, like going away to a sleepaway camp for a week or a month and doing traditional camp activities. I did lots of other types of camps when I was a kid and when I was in high school, but I have always loved the aesthetic of like a traditional American summer camp. I feel like the style is so recognizable and it's so cute, it's nostalgic, it's retro, which are all of my favorite adjectives. And of course, my love of movies and TV shows, especially things like The Parent Trap that highly feature summer camps, are just so nostalgic. I've actually had a Pinterest board made for this specific theme for a long time now. I just haven't gotten around to actually making it. So I'm going to take you over to my desk and show you the Pinterest board that I made for this theme before we get started working on the pages. Okay, let's take a look at my Pinterest board. So starting at the bottom, I have a bunch of like actual photos and Pinterest collages of like camp imagery. So I love this picture of like some camp staff, like camp counselors, and then this little collage that has like a cabin, some activities, a s'more. Here are some other cute collages. This one, I like these pennant banners, and of course this sign and these little triangular banners. They're so cute. Also, these people's outfits, I feel like it looks like my shirt. This is actually merch from Bonnaroo last year, but I feel like it was giving camp. Love this bandana pattern. I love all of these retro like postcards and like state parks images. I feel like they kind of have the same vibe. I pinned some of these really cute patches because they're giving me like Girl Scouts patches. Cute. Love these ones too. These are like stickers. I know that I want to do a signpost like this for one of my headers. I have done that on a couple of themes before. I know I did it for my Gilmore Girls theme. I feel like it's just a really cute and easy way to do a header. I love this picture of these people kicking feet. It's like sitting on a dock or something. I know I want to use that. I love the canoes. And then up here, I basically pinned a bunch of fonts. I knew that I wanted to do a more retro looking font because it would look kind of like maybe they painted it a long time ago and it's like still standing at the camp now. So I have like this one. This is like a fancy version of Cooper Black. I really like this lettering. This is by a designer named Lauren Klein. I've seen a lot of their designs, especially hand lettering, on Pinterest before, and I love all of them, and that one I thought was so cute. I really like these ones too. This one, actually, this 1979 font is the same font that's on my shirt right now, which is cool. I also really like that all of these pinned images have a very clear color palette, and I know I want to do a very similar color palette too, like some bright primary colors, like probably red, yellow, blue, maybe green, and then also having a lot of like neutral colors in the background to be kind of like the wilderness or the woods, because I feel like those will have a really good interplay together, like the bright pops of color for like the signs and characters, and then the faded backgrounds that are more natural colors. I feel like it would be really cool. So let's take a look into my journal and start sketching. Hey everyone, welcome to my desk. So I'm going to show you all the sketches that I did. I have already done sketches for every single page, and that like never happens. I almost always have some sort of art block for at least one of the pages, but I was looking through Pinterest this morning and just feeling really inspired. So I sketched for everything already. And I also did some thumbnail sketches on a little sticky note here, so I can show you these too. This is my little thumbnail sketch for the divider page. It's like some feet hanging off of a dock. This is inspired by one of the pictures I saw on Pinterest, just like some girls sitting together, kicking their feet off the dock. And then I really want the like through line image to be this like pennant shape. Then for my calendar illustration page, I have a little illustration of some girls walking through the woods together. And it's going to have a little text at the top that has a little quote in it. And then I wanted the header for the calendar page to be like a bunch of different patches, kind of like if you remember in March 2024, I did a ski theme, and on one of the pages I did like a bunch of different little, they were supposed to be like lift tickets all together, and they looked really cute. So I think I'm going to try and replicate that, but do it like patches, kind of like Girl Scout patches or something, or like camp counselor patches or something like that. And then for my habit tracker and my moments double page spread, I am going to do a similar thing that I did in April this year when I drew SpongeBob Krusty Krab, where it's like a building that kind of goes across like 3/4 of the page. So it's like a illustration that goes across both pages. This one is going to be a cabin, and then this little header here is going to be like a signpost that has like a bunch of different signs and maybe some girls in the background. Here is my sketch for the divider page. I really like it. I think it would be cute to have each of them have like a signature color, like they belong to like a certain bunk or like a tribe or something, and they all have colors, maybe like red, green, and blue or something. So their socks and their shoes can be in the colors. And then I have my cute little header here, which is the pennant. Here I have the basis of my illustration sketch. I haven't drawn in the characters yet, but it's just these woods and this little sign that says better together. And then here is my sketch for the calendar page header and my sketch for the double page spread. This one is cute. I'm having these two girls carrying a canoe in the background, like they're just coming up from the water, and they'll be in the same color scheme as the girls from the first page. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to do this header here. I'll do the line art, and then I will pick out my colors and put them here so that I know what colors I'm choosing from. Okay. I'll talk about this a little bit later in the video during my side quest portion, but you guys know that I like to do topical themes. So like I'll do a theme based on something that's happening in my life or happening in the world. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this theme is not because I'm going to summer camp, but I'm actually going on a trip with 3 of my friends during June. And even though we're not going to be doing like camp activities, we are going to be doing some outdoor stuff, and we're staying in a cabin for part of it. So I thought it was like a really perfect cohesive theme to go with something that I'm doing this month. And I'll chat about that a little bit later in the video. Okay, now that I have my liner, it's time to go through my gorgeous big bin of Tombow markers and pick out my color scheme. The way that I was thinking about this is I know I want there to be a couple of like colors that are for like the cabins like I was talking about. So I know I want red, I want a shade of blue, maybe like this one because it's like brighter, and then maybe like a green or yellow. But if I do green, I want it to be like a brighter green because I don't want it to like fade into the background. Okay, yeah, I have this green. I feel like that's better. That's giving camp. And then I know I want for like the backgrounds illustrations, I need some shades of browns. We can do like these ones are all good. And then I need some like more neutrally greens for the trees, etc. I have this dark green, this like mossy green, this one. And then I do need some blues for the water. I think I'm gonna do some more like gray blues for that so that they don't take away from this like bright blue. I'm thinking maybe like a yellow, maybe like a mustardy yellow could be for the patches and maybe for the sparkles. Now let's do my color for this page. So I started doing all of the color for the calendar header page, and I decided a really easy way to distinguish my like headers on each page would be to use the same colors. So like I said at the beginning, I am using those like bright colors like the red, green, blue, and yellow as like the characters and the banners and stuff, and then using all of the natural colors for the backgrounds. And that's true, but I decided that I was just going to use yellow and red to be all of like the main titles to help like, I don't know, bring them forward so that they don't kind of blend in with all of the other colors. And the yellow I used like the least. I used it the most sparingly out of all those colors because it was definitely the brightest, so it drew the most attention to itself. So on all the pages I did the headers with the yellow and red, and I feel like it kind of looks like it would be the logo for the camp or something, or like the signature colors of the camp or something. I don't know. That's where my brain went. Anyway, after that, I worked on my divider page. I started off doing the liner for the divider illustration, and this is really fun. I was gonna say that this is like an easier theme to draw if you want to recreate it. I know sometimes people have complained that like my themes are not easily recreatable, and I understand that because they're very elaborate and often have very difficult drawing in them. And I do think that this is on a relative scale a lot easier than some of my other themes if you want to recreate it. But I do think that drawing shoes and drawing feet is actually very hard because they have such weird shapes that sometimes it's hard to get them to look right. Like even these ones, some of the feet, I was like, that does not look right. I don't know what's wrong with this. But I don't know. If you look at a reference photo, I was even looking at a reference photo for this. I was looking at that photo that I showed that I found on Pinterest of the girls sitting on the dock. And even then, I feel like all of these feet look really weird. They're like not the right shape or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's really hard. That being said, I know that sometimes people will watch my videos because they want to recreate the themes that I do. And if you do that, that's so cool. I would love to see pictures of them. If you post a video on TikTok, I almost always repost the videos of people doing my themes or doing stuff inspired by my stuff. I always repost it on there. Or if you do it on Instagram, definitely tag me. I would love to see them. even if you don't do it like exactly the same way, I know a lot of people have just like taken inspiration and then kind of done their own thing, which I love too. I feel like that is so fun, so creative, such a great way to get inspiration for your own drawings. So if you do any of my themes or something inspired by them, I would love to see your pictures. Hey everyone, I haven't done a side quest in one of my Journal With Me videos in several months. If you're a new viewer, I have been making Journal With Me videos every month since February 2023, I'm pretty sure. I've been bullet journaling for much longer than that, but I have done a monthly Journal With Me follow along while I design my journal pages video every month since February 2023. Usually in the videos, I include a section that I call my side quest, where I do an activity, I do another craft, I go somewhere that is related to the theme, just like as a little break from the design content and just like a fun thing to do. When I did my Global Village coffee house theme, my side quest was going to the Nordstrom cafe with my boyfriend on like a little lunch date. When I did my Nutcracker theme for December, I showed some fun wintry makeup products that I was loving. When I did my Mamma Mia theme last year, I had everyone help me pick out what outfit I was going to wear to see Mamma Mia on stage. But the past few months, I have been so busy with work this year that I haven't really had time to like plan extra stuff to go into these videos. But this month, I thought I could do a little chit chat section, because when I was photographing my final spreads for this month, I usually like to do a flat lay of my final spreads with like some little objects around that kind of like correlate. And for this one, I ended up photographing my spreads with a bunch of friendship bracelets, because those, like, it's such an integral part of like camp and summer and childhood to me. I was definitely a crafty girl as a kid, and I loved making friendship bracelets. I had multiple friendship bracelet making phases throughout my childhood, even into high school. I made them all throughout high school too. And last year for the summer, I decided that I wanted to bring back having a friendship bracelet anklet. So I actually made this one. Was on my ankle all last year, because I feel like when I was younger, if I had a friendship bracelet, like I was tying it on and I was not taking it off. Like it was staying on until it fell off, or until I had to take it off like for theater or something. I actually have here a bunch of my old friendship bracelets. I'm gross. Just like, I know that this is gross, but these I wore in high school. I know that this one I wore the summer after my senior year of high school on my ankle. This one was also an anklet. I'm pretty sure my friend made this for me. I have this one that's like orange and yellow and blue. I'm pretty sure I made this, but I don't know when I wore it. But you can tell that I wore these because they are faded, they are dirty, have been through the shower many a time. And so I decided that last summer I wanted to bring back friendship bracelet anklet summer. So I made this one, which I was so proud of. And this one is also very faded because I wore it to the beach, I wore it on trips, I wore it to festivals. So I was gonna make another one for this summer, but I actually have one. I made one last summer that I really like and I haven't worn yet. So I think I might put it on now. You can tell that this one hasn't been worn because these are made out of the same threads, and this one is so faded and this one is still so bright. I also have a very nostalgic thing to show. I have always returned to all of my friendship bracelet making supplies, which I have not had to buy new ones of since I was a kid. I have this insane bag full of embroidery floss, beads, some like started projects that I did not finish. Also this cord that you'd use to make those like little keychains. And I also have this iconic book. If you were a 90s or 2000s child, I'm sure that you have this also, or had it at the time. It talks about like the basics of the types of knots that you have to tie. And these are all of the bracelets that were in the book. This one, which is actually this design, is the hardest one in the book. It's called Something Fishy. And I remember as a kid thinking that this was so hard and I was never going to be able to make it. But I made obviously a very beautiful rendition of it. It's supposed to be a fish shape. It also has ideas for like gifts, like this one you could do in the colors of like your friend's birthstone, which is so cute. And then I loved this page when I was a kid. It was showing how you can make a bunch of different accessories to match your bracelets. So you could make like a keychain or a necklace, or you could use friendship bracelets as your shoelaces. The very back of this book, it was a bunch of these little poems and promises that you could say with your friends when you like gave them a friendship bracelet. It's so cute. This is how I learned everything that I know about making friendship bracelets. I still look at it now. I looked at it last year as a 24-year-old to make this iconic anklet. So with that said, let's tie on my anklet. I will not be showing you because you cannot be looking at my feet for free. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure I've probably mentioned by now in the voiceover that one of the reasons why I did this theme is because I'm going on a trip with some friends, even though it's not camp related at all. I'm kind of considering it that because we'll be doing lots of outdoor activities and it's just 4 of us going. I really like that this bracelet is the colors that I included in the journal theme. It's like, this has orange in it, but it's like red, yellow, green, and blue. Okay, I'll show it to you, but I'm leaving my sock on my foot so you can't see my foot. Here it is. It looks so cute. Okay, actually back to the journaling now. After I finished my little side quest, I was thinking about friendship bracelets for like the next few days, and it made me think, like, I feel like the Taylor Swiftification of friendship bracelets has kind of taken away from the actual art of making knotted friendship bracelets and like braided friendship bracelets, because I feel like people realized when they were trying to make the Taylor Swift ones that making that many knotted braided friendship bracelets is so hard. It like takes so much time that people like switched over to more of like the rave candy like beaded bracelets, which I like that, and it's definitely Swiftian in its own way. Like it's very clearly like derived from like rave candy, which obviously I love too, but it kind of makes me sad because I feel like actual knotted friendship bracelets, they take so much more time and thought, and they're so much easier to like mess up, that I wish people would go back to making those kinds of friendship bracelets. I don't know, I'm not a kid anymore, I'm not a teen anymore, so I don't know what the kids and teens are doing nowadays, but I hope that there are still crafty girlies out there that are making the knotted ones, because I don't know, I feel like they're so cute and they're so thoughtful. Anyway, this is me working on my illustration page. I really like how this one turned out. I don't really know what I was imagining in my brain. I think I just kind of went for it without really thinking. And sometimes I feel like that works for me. Sometimes I like to have a very clear idea of what I want to draw, but sometimes it works to just go with the flow and see where it goes. And this was definitely the latter, but I actually do really like how it turned out. I know that I mentioned earlier in the video that I'm going on a trip in June with some of my friends, and that is true, which is why I decided to draw 4 characters here. I only fit 3 on the divider page, but I wanted to do 4 because there's 4 of us going on this trip, and in my brain I kind of assigned who each of us was. So I'm the red one, and then each of my friends that's going on the trips, one of them is the green one of them's the blue one of them is the yellow one, and they all very much fit those colors to me. Like if I had to assign colors to each of us, like those would be the colors I would assign. So it's very fitting in my brain. I don't know if anyone else works like that, but I'm very color oriented, and like everyone I know is a certain color. I'm not red, I'm usually like pink in my brain, pink or teal, but my 3 friends that I'm going with, like I actually do think of them as yellow, blue, and green, so I thought it fit very perfectly. Anyway, then I worked on my habit tracker page and my moment spread, and this one my camera died while I was filming, but it's very simple and very similar to the rest of the pages that I did, so I didn't bother waiting for my camera to recharge before I filmed the rest of it, because very simple, just coloring in the lines. And I actually feel like this is my favorite page out of all of them. I love the little pennant banners on the cabin. I love the girls in the background. And I actually like that I filled in the entire background of the page. I don't usually do that, but I feel like it looks so clean and fun. I love it. Hey everyone, it's the next day. I have finished doing all my pages and I'm going to show you the final reveal. Okay, here are my final June spreads. Here is my little divider page. I really like how this one turned out. I feel like it's so evocative of the style that I wanted. It almost feels like a flat print, which I love because of all the flat colors. And I just love this color palette. This like periwinkle color that I chose for the sky, I feel like I wasn't expecting to like it, but I love it, and I feel like it really enhances all of the other color choices throughout all the spreads. Here is my illustration page and my calendar page. I love all of my little characters here. They look so cute in their matching outfits. And I actually think this is my favorite page. This is my habit tracker and my moments page. I feel like this style is just so cute and so homey and nostalgic, which I love. And that is June. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see some more from me, as well as the rest of the pages from my June bullet journal theme throughout the month, you should follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. My Instagram is at graciecreates and my TikTok is at graciecreates. And I will see you next time. Bye.